Ka East-West Group of Institution Bangalore, ka khot admission nakamta ka nursing but paramedical course, ka bala itho da ka Indian Nursing Council, ka buy admission ka ba Duna tam, but she's pa percent ka Jingyokam. Pila ru ban apply da ka education loan.
Ka Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board MSPCB ha ka khan rio teruk jilio arhajar arpun rio kalapan long ya ka regional workshop ka ba shisngi halor ka jingpen trai kam yaki kendon jong ka solid waste management ha Windermere Shillong. Hakadi ka workshop Jingshim Bynta ki Phra ki Jylla nakatha North East kantop ya ka Jylla Sikkim. Laidon lang hakani ka Jylla the principal chief conservator of forest but head of forest force udi sathian kum ukongsan u secretary ka sarkar Jylla u bakhmi ya tanat community and rural development but ka forest and environment u SC sadhu kum usambot kongsan u director ka Negrims u Dr. Nalin Mehta ki he officer jong ki tanat bapher nalor ki nomi khmat jong ka Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council. Haba jingkran kumukongsan udi sathian ulaong baka Jylla Meghalaya ka Jylla ka bala yo e ka jingkerku na ka may maryang ha ka jing itanat bagi jing don jing em ki babun Hindray ulaong ru baka Jylla ka dang mat ka jing e ha ka baya day bat ka rukam Pynkhuid ki jabo ki ba omla shu ban pot namar ka jing long lum jong ka Jylla bat ka jing Duna ka Jingshim Bynta da ki Shnong bat ki Paidbah ha ka kam ban Pynkhuid Ulaong baka jing tmu jong ka workshop ka long tang ban ya kran halor ka jing Pynkhuid ya ki jabo Hindray ban pet ya ki jabo kum kalat ban aikam bat kalat ban kentil ya ka yo ka kot jong ki Paidbah.
The lack of kind of local capacities and entrepreneurship that matches with the other mainstream states. We are of course growing in leaps and bounds in this regard. Of course, when we talk about this circular economy, which is forming the backdrop of today's discussion, the main point is it is not a waste per se. It has to be seen as a possibility towards wealth and towards further economic opportunities. Whether we are maximizing that, whether we are realizing the opportunities in this regard is a question. And of course, a lot of work is being done in the state of Meghalaya on the government front as well as on the part of all stakeholders. I'd like to mention that a lot of new initiatives have happened, piloted by the Urban Affairs Department, municipal boards, and also the various authorities at the district in this sphere. Now, as I understand, these new rules have made it very clear the roles and responsibilities at various levels. It is time for us all to work together. Our Secretary Forest has already highlighted that though this legislation has put a lot of responsibilities on certain institutions on the government side as well as on the part of the significant waste generators, it is indeed the responsibility of everyone so that this task can be easily achieved. In this regard, I just would like to highlight the requirement of partnership at all levels. We have autonomous district councils, we have district level authorities, we have municipal boards, we have urban affairs department, we have various stakeholders, industries, and there are so many stakeholders who are having responsibilities to be fulfilled under these guidelines. So if we all work together, I think this job would be much more easier, and also this will help us realize the potential that is lying underneath the circular economy very well. When we make these efforts together, waste management becomes not merely an environmental necessity, but an opportunity for sustainable development and livelihood creation. That is the underlying potential in this regard. So at this juncture, I would like to congratulate the CPCB and the Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board for joining their hands together to organize this very important event here, with the participation of all major stakeholders in the northeastern region. And also here we have all the important leaders on the stage. I would like to thank and I would like to thank them for their participation in today's workshop as well. And on this note, I would like to wish you all the best for this workshop. I hope the deliberations today will help to consolidate a customized roadmap relevant to our state so as to maximize the potential in this regard.
Nagaliang sembot kong san USC Sadhu but now member secretary jong Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board Dr. GH Chermang kibla banjur halor ke jingdon kam ban pentrai kam bahaya ki kendon jong ka solid waste management but ban pen klan ye ke jingitrai lang hapdeng ke sarkar but ki Paidbah.
What I would like to emphasize here on this occasion is that though these rules fix the accountability on few institutions like Pollution Control Board and the state institutions like Rural Development, Urban Affairs Department, this is the collective responsibility of all of us, including government institutions, NGOs, industries, hospitals, and any other institutions which are working in the state or across the country. It is the collective responsibility of all of us to enforce and to see that the rules are implemented in letter and spirit. And the second is that the implementation of rules cuts across different line departments, be it Forest and Environment Department through Pollution Control Board and Urban Affairs Department, which in many of the urbanized states has more jurisdiction, and rural development in our state. In fact, as per the mandate of the Honorable Supreme Court is that where rural development has reached to all villages, and Health and Family Welfare Department as under the new rules, segregation of medical waste is also assumed significance, and industries, Education Department, where a lot of behavioral change is required at the very early age of a child. All these departments, this effort should cut across all these departments, and as our collective responsibility, we should be able to share our resources, ideas, knowledge, and our manpower to ensure the effective implementation of the solid waste management rules in our state and in other states also. In fact, we have seen very good examples of Urban Affairs Department sharing their facilities, be it solid waste management facilities, FSTPs, for the adjoining rural areas. And the similar way, we should be able to share our collective resources, as we mentioned that this is the collective responsibility of all of us. And the third is that though it is, we are seeing it as a imposition from something from the top, but the objective is not the rules per se. I hope we all understand by now that the objective of all these efforts is to see that there should be visible cleanliness, right? There should be visible cleanliness through which we will see a improvement in the standard of living, better health care, better health for our children, better working environment for our sanitation workers, better environment for our children to play. All these things are the objectives, and the overall well-being of every citizen is the objective through the implementation of these rules. So implementation is the means for the objective is something much nobler than the rules. And I hope that we all understand our roles and responsibilities in this overall objective and vision of having a clean environment in our surroundings. So with this, I hope that we are already working in the same field, like in SBM, in both rural areas and urban areas we are working, and very small changes, as we see that earlier we have three layered segregation of solid waste. Now we have four-way segregation, and if you see, we should not see it as a challenge which cannot be surmountable. Which is achievable and which is relatively easy with the overall work we are already doing it, and where through SBMG we have reached out to all villages across the state, where we have almost achieved more than 50% of segregation sheds, where we have achieved in terms of availability of transportation vehicles and bringing in some kind of behavioral change in our rural areas. But this occasion should give us more motivation and responsibility in reaching out to all villages in our state, as we understand that behavioral change is the first step in ensuring the effective implementation of these rules, where the waste segregation at the source itself should be minimized.
The Honorable Supreme Court has intervened in the matter until we see the light of the day, whereby the Solid Waste Management Rules 2026 have been notified with effect from the 1st April 2025. There's a major policy shift from the 2016 and the 2026 in a gap of 10 years' time. So in the first, we were having that idea of a landfill, collect and dump. So now we don't have it anymore. Now we have a four-way segregation: the dry, the wet, sanitary, and the special care. So everything has changed. So now the concept of landfill site, sanitary landfill site, is very, very minimal, unlike those days. So here we go. The origin of the solid waste, I will use short form, SWM 2026, it is because of this civil appeal, which is already quoted there. Next, please. And see, for a state like Meghalaya is a win-win situation, because we have seen the shortcomings of the 2016 rules, whereby mostly the area of concentration is only under the ULB, urban local body, or the municipalities. Whereas a state like Meghalaya, which is under the 6th schedule, and then we have very, very minimal area under the jurisdiction of ULB as compared to the rest of the area. But now is a win-win situation, whereby we get to see every stakeholder is involved. It will start from central level, state level, district level, even at the Shnong level under the BDO. So this time around, we have to change our mindset. Otherwise, in the previous days, when we think about waste, we always think about municipal. Go on other days. This time, when we think waste, we should think of me and you. We start it first. Why we start it first? Because it is our responsibility under the fundamental duty. Or when we demand our right, first of all, we should deliver our duty. It's already enshrined in the Constitution of India. So now me and you, we start. We start with segregation from home. The success of implementation of these rules is purely starts at home. Like I always say, charity begins at home. Your segregation should start at home. Otherwise, that is the smallest unit we can contribute, all of us. So if we see here the background, is already, I have said already. Next. And let us go back to the order dated 19/2/2026 and 5th, whereby the Honorable Supreme Court has given few directions, and we have to comply. And I think the same have been communicated to different stakeholders, and in the state government, and of course the district administrations and the related department. If we see here, para 14.3, so we have to identify and start commissioning of infrastructure. I think we have already written to all the district administrations. We have nominated our nodal officers so as to assist the district administration in identifying. First of all, we have to identify. After that, we have to commission. So in the later part of the day, we will be having one NGOs, so to say. We have Center for Environmental Education, and then the GIZ, whereby after they have met us in the office, because we are always ready to do good things, but then we don't have financial support. And because the board is a regulatory body, we are lacking financial support. So that way we are trying to find external funding. We have tried to explore the Green Climate Fund and so on and so forth. So I request I have seen the senior officers like ADC level, I request to please kindly explore the possibility of funding from DMF. I'm very sure under the DMF there is a huge fund and there is a provision for creating such infrastructure.
Haba Thin, Paidbah ki Kashab plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam Duna ki eki bataye kamet. Namar kata habat thiru atau kau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pet ya ka sharp plus F ka jingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka iron la icon diat bat ka bathau bha kam kta ka dur jingki mar bam ka jing mat lani ka rukom shed yaki.
Balehi banai kita.
Kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan. Ka kot ka kia. Ka nutrition ba kambha ka jing im ba kambha pendon kam daki mar bam medon ka sharp plus F menta kasni.
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.